Charlotte Bellis is live at those talks here in Doha. So, Charlotte, what's been happening this morning?
Well, the talks got underway about an hour ago between the Taliban and the Afghan delegation. These are the third time that the Taliban has met with Afghans, but these ones are historic because there are actually people from the government inside those talks. Like you said, they are here in a personal capacity, but the fact that people who are within the Afghan government are with the Taliban and the doors behind us is incredibly significant. Joining me now is one of the gentlemen who gave an opening statement and is mediating these talks, Dr. Alqahtani, Special Envoy for the Foreign Minister of Qatar. What did you say in the opening statements to this delegation?
Well, what I said is we're very happy to see the Afghan all together, sitting face to face. We see Afghani women, Afghani men, Taliban, those representing the governments, although in their personal capacity, and also those representing women, civil society, youth, religious leaders, political leaders. So we're so happy to see them for the first time that they speak face-to-face, one-to-one for the future of Afghanistan, for the good of Afghanistan, inshallah.
And so you left the room, as there was some Americans in there were some Germans. Why did you leave the room?
Well, first of all, let me just explain why we have this meeting. As you know, we are engaged in facilitating talks between the Americans and Taliban. We started this January, 6-month, very intensive negotiation between the two sides. We made tremendous progress. The negotiation of the comprehensive peace agreement is composed of 4 elements. One is about counterterrorism, assurances of counterterrorism. This is for Taliban, withdrawal of foreign forces, troops from Afghanistan. And third is inter-Afghan dialogue. Hopefully that could lead to inter-Afghan negotiations. And fourth is comprehensive ceasefire. We made a progress in the first one, on the second one, and now this is the third one. Now we are having these people. We want them to speak together, to sort their differences, to put their agenda, to, let's say, a pre-negotiation. This is a kind of a pre-negotiation phase for them to discuss the future of Afghanistan. So hopefully, after we finish this round, today and tomorrow, we hope that by the end of tomorrow, we at least have a kind of roadmap for the agenda of the next, hopefully, very soon, direct negotiations between Taliban and the Afghan and the government of Afghanistan as well.
So you want to make sure that these talks over these next 2 days are Afghan-led, that the international community isn't dictating how this should play out?
This is Afghan-owned, Afghan-led process. And this is the Afghan for themselves to decide their future. We are just helping them. So we managed today to bring them. We want them to stay by themselves to decide without any kind of influence from anybody. And I think we managed to do this. And we're so happy to see them, women, men, Afghan, Taliban, from everybody, sitting together, speaking to each other. And I hope we can reach some kind of outcomes, positive outcomes tomorrow that would lead to hopefully a positive direct negotiations between the government and Taliban.
Dr. Alqahtani, thank you for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
So historic talks underway in the room behind us. Like Dr. Alqahtani said, they're expected to go for 2 days, although they could extend. And then it's back to the Americans and the Taliban to finish negotiations and try to come to some type of statement, some type of agreement about a troop withdrawal, and that the Taliban will give the Americans some type of assurance that Afghan soil will never be used by armed groups against the global community again.
All right, Charlotte Bellis with the latest there here in Doha. Thank you, Charlotte.